Hi, dear friends. I hope you are enjoying my presentation. You can contact me anytime if you have any doubt or if you require more clarifications. Today, we are looking into the distribution of nuclear matter. Last day, we have discussed the nuclear radius and that have found by finding the Coulomb energy differences. Energy differences and found the nuclear radius and R0 found from the slope of the curve by a curve drawn by the Coulomb energy change along the y-axis and a power 2 by 3 in the x-axis, and we have found the slope or the R0 as almost equal to 1.22 femtometer. An experiment that involves the nuclear force between two nuclei will often provide a measure of the nuclear radius. We can also measure the nuclear radius by finding the energy differences or finding the interaction of two nuclei. The determination of the spatial variation of the force between nuclei enables the calculation of the nuclear radii. In this case, we are finding the difference of nuclear force. Therefore, the radius is a characteristic of the nuclear rather than Coulomb. Previously, we have found the energy difference by the Coulomb interaction. Here, now we are finding the nuclear radius by nuclear interaction. So here only the nuclear influence of the nuclear force is important, and only the partner, only the main partner of this of this experiment is the nuclear force. So only the nucleon interaction is considered, and these radii therefore reflect the distribution of all nucleons in a nucleus, not only the protons. Previously, Coulomb interaction is only due to the protons. Here we can also consider the neutron. As an example of a measurement that determines the size of the nuclear matter distribution, we consider an experiment in which if alpha particle for He nucleus or an alpha particle is scattered from a much heavier target of 197 A gold foil. If the separation between the two nuclei is always greater than the sum of the radii, each is always beyond the range of other nuclear force. In that case, only the Coulomb force acts. The probability for scattering at a certain angle depends on the energy of the incident particle, exactly as predicted by the Rutherford formula, because in that case only Rutherford scattering is happening when the energy of the incident particle is below a certain value. As the energy of the incident alpha particle is increased, that can overcome the Coulomb repulsion of the nuclei, and they may approach close enough to allow the nuclear force to act. That means if the energy of the alpha particle is much higher, that can overcome the Coulomb repulsive force and can enter into the nucleus. In that case, Rutherford formula no longer holds. For another example, we can also consider an experiment in reverse order. Now we have considered that the alpha particle is entering into the nucleus. We can also consider the reverse order, that an alpha particle is escaping or emitted from the nucleus. The alpha particle must escape the nuclear potential and penetrate a Coulomb barrier potential as indicated in the figure. ആ ഫിഗർ നമുക്ക് നോക്കാം. ഈ ഫിഗറാണ് 3.2. This is this straight line. You can see that this vertical line and this region represents the nuclear force region, nuclear region. The alpha particle is trapped inside the nucleus. This is the potential barrier, Coulomb barrier potential, and this line represents the energy or kinetic energy of alpha particle. The instant if an alpha particle is coming into the nucleus, you see that it has to meet or it has to face a higher potential. Okay, then only if the incoming particle has this much energy, then only it can enter into the nucleus. In the case of alpha decay, the alpha particle is trapped inside the nucleus, and you see that it is not jumping over the potential, it is penetrated, a tunneling. Okay, a tunneling is happened, it's penetrated. A probability, it is a quantum mechanical process. Alpha particle is tunneled through the potential barrier and escaping. Before that, it has to take many collisions inside. We will study that later. Now just see that only the picture and analyze the picture. This is R is the nuclear radius. R prime represents the total radius considering the potential barrier also. We will study it later. Now just only see the picture and analyze what you have understood from this in picture. Okay. The alpha decay probability can be calculated from a standard barrier penetration approach using the Schrodinger equation, because that is the quantum mechanical process. These calculated values depend on the nuclear matter radius r, and comparisons with measured decay probabilities permit values of r to be deduced. Okay, then we will find the nuclear radius r. For these calculations, it is therefore very wrong to use the uniform sphere model of assuming a constant density out of R and zero beyond R. Therefore, we use a distribution. In the figure 3.4 also you can see that distribution, nuclear charge. Here we have seen in this figure, okay, here in this figure you can see that nuclear charge distributed, okay, a constant throughout the nucleus, and after certain limit it starts the distribution, the density of charged particle nucleons decreases. That means the nucleons are not concentrated on this in the center of the nucleus. It is distributed throughout the nucleus. Okay, നമ്മൾ വീണ്ടും ഇവിടെ തന്നെ പോവാം. Okay, therefore we use a distribution with a proper tail beyond the main radius. Okay, അവിടെ ആ റേഡിയസിൻ്റെ അപ്പുറത്തേക്ക് അത് കോൺസ്റ്റൻറ്റ്, അത് ഡിക്രീസ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. ആ ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ, ആ ഡെൻസിറ്റി ഡിക്രീസ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. അങ്ങനെ നമ്മൾ കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യുന്നുള്ളൂ. ദാറ്റ് മീൻസ് ദ nucleus of an atom is not a sphere as a football. Okay, we merely give the result, which may seem a bit surprising, that the charge and matter radii of nuclei are nearly equal to within about 0.1 femtometer. Both show the a power 1 by 3 dependence with R0 equal to 1.2 femtometer. In the nuclear distance, we have seen that the charge and matter radii of nuclei are nearly equal. ചാർജ് ഡിഫറൻസ് വഴി കണ്ടെത്തിയ ന്യൂക്ലിയർ റേഡിയസും മാറ്റർ ന്യൂക്ലിയർ ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ വഴി കണ്ടെത്തിയ ന്യൂക്ലിയർ റേഡിയസും ആർ almost equal within the nuclear range. Both show a power 1 by 3 dependence with R0 equal to 1.2 femtometer. Therefore, you can conclude that R0 is about 1.2 femtometer. Because heavy nuclei have about 50% more neutrons than protons. This is to balance the Coulomb repulsion. We will see that later. We might have expected the neutron radius to be somewhat larger than the proton radius. However, the proton repulsion tends to push the protons outward, and the neutron-proton force tends to pull the neutrons inward until the neutrons and protons are so completely intermixed that the charge and matter radii are nearly equal. Okay, then we will see mass and abundance of nucleides in next video.